I'm delighted to have Hazel with me today, and she's going to share how you can work with photographs. So I'm going to hand straight over to you, Hazel, please. Tell us what you've brought with you.
Yep, so I brought a number of photographs with me, and I love working with them because it gives a real window into the reality of our childhoods, and it captures moments that we might remember but don't actually ground them. So this having the photographs is great. And this particular photograph, I was just so excited when I found it. It's a picture of me at 1 year old with my little sister. And it's a feeling that I have always known. It's a feeling of shock and surprise and tears. I have a real sense of tears that come when I have this feeling. And I don't know if you can, when you look at this photograph, I don't know what you see, but what I see is me at one, no longer in the arms of my nana because my baby sister is there now. And the look that I have got is just, what the heck is that? And I'm so shocked at being replaced, if you like, as the baby of the family. And I didn't see it coming. I was only one. And yeah, so that's the feeling there.
I really heard that word shock as well.
Yeah.
It sounds like this is very much an emotional response to the picture.
Absolutely. So there isn't cognitive words to it. There are just feelings.
I think I heard that, I've found the moment.
Yes. And all through working on my own stuff within a child work, I've had this sense of a very core early script of hurt and abandonment and rejection, and it's not a cognitive thing, so it's not something I can put words to easily. It's just a feeling. And if I was to work with this picture with the clients, it wouldn't be about trying to understand it. It would just be about, let's go there, let's feel that feeling. I would encourage them to close their eyes, get in tune with their body, and stay with it, the immediacy of the feeling that comes with it.
Hazel, I guess that would be great as we are today face to face, because I'd be here physically with you. Do you think this could work online as well?
I think it could work, and I think that it would have worked with me.
Yes.
Because I think I can go to quite deep emotions and then ground myself quite easily afterwards. So I guess you would need to know yourself, whether you felt that your clients was somebody that could ground themselves.
And we know this with every creative intervention, that whether face-to-face or using Zoom or something and them showing you the picture, which people will be doing in their buddy groups today, is the client suitably able to ground so they can do the deeper work? Because we don't know where it might take them, do we?
No. But it's so powerful. And for me, it was just a revelation, a feeling of, I know this feeling. And I think over the years, I've almost asked myself, have I made it up? Is it real? Am I making a big deal out of nothing? But when I see this, it's like, no, that's the feeling.
Do you know, I've got the word validation.
Yeah,
it's a validation of that feeling you've had all your life, and you feel the emotions there now.
It is. It can be. It can come really quite easily. And but it's a lovely feeling that I can see it.
Thank you, Hazel. Hazel's brought another picture with her this time, and you're a little bit older in this picture.
I am.
How would you work with this one?
Yeah. So yes, I'm a little bit older here. I'm not sure how old actually. Maybe, I don't know, 10, something like that. Maybe a little younger. And it's a picture of me with my mum here and my 3 sisters and my cousin. And the picture again represents me when I can see emotion on my face. I can see that I'm quite withdrawn, quite closed off, and I can imagine, because I remember feeling it a number of times, that I was upset and hurt and perhaps even angry. but not able to show it or express it.
So you've obviously worked with this picture, and thank you so much for being able to share how you worked with it. What did you do this time?
Okay, so this time I used it in a more gestalt way and put some speech bubbles to the different characters, and I guess the first thing I would put on, and again because this is actually, although I've printed this out, it's not a precious photograph, so I feel like I can.
You've kept the original safe.
Kept the original safe, so it feels like I can, I can draw. But there's me here, and I'm saying, please notice me.
Please notice me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm upset.
Even in that small act of writing, giving her a voice, how does it feel to give her a voice that she couldn't have at the time?
Right now, just putting that one on still feels like it's hidden, still feels like it's not accepted.
They can't hear you.
They can't hear me. No. I'm still saying, please notice me. Yeah. But I'm saying it in a way that isn't loud. I'm withdrawing. I'm quite closed down. I'm on my own.
Is that a feeling you still recognise now?
Yeah, it's a feeling that that I know I have to push against. That when I can be hurt or upset or angry, that I have a tendency to withdraw, and I have to push through it to focus, to vocalise it. Yeah. And I think that the summing up of, if I was going to give a title to it, it would be about being alone, and a bit on the edge. I think I've put myself on the edge.
Interesting.
So maybe even alone on the edge.
Yeah. So the feeling title captures the essence of the picture. This is what it's about, and that can be so helpful for the counsellor to enter the world of the client at that point with the feeling title.
I think as an adult now, I recognise that I've put myself on the edge.
Okay.
But as a child, I felt pushed, or I felt like I didn't have a choice.
You didn't have a choice?
No, that there wasn't room.
Oh, that's an interesting phrase, isn't it? There is no room for me.
Yeah, there's it's busy. There's no room, and I think the key people in this picture are my mum, and I think the speech bubble for my mum is I've got enough problems.
Wow.
Almost let me be, even just let me be. So it's like I can't rely on Mum to give me that time and space because she's got enough already.
It's a big family, 4 daughters.
Yeah, 4 daughters. Yeah.
And it's interesting, even at that young age, you'd sense that I can't bother my mum.
Yeah.
Have I got that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet, Chrissy here, she's got the grin, and for me that says, I'm all right, Jack.
And Chrissy was the baby in the last picture.
I'm all right, Jack.
Now this is the bit where I say, how interesting that you're laughing at that moment. You know, that thing we counsellors do.
Absolutely. And that's because as an adult I know, like I'm projecting onto this.
I know.
But this is a core script. The baby's okay, Mum's too busy, I'm on the edge.
Wow.
Please notice me. So that again, it was almost a repeat in some ways of that first photograph.
Because you were on the edge of the chair.
I was on the edge of the chair.
You were on the arm of the chair.
And Chris is all right, and she's the focus, and she's created a sense that there isn't space for me. So this is just this, in some ways it's exactly the same thing, but a little older, and I'm now behaving slightly differently. I can be cognitive about it now rather than a deep emotion, but it's the same issue.
I'm going to just bring in the bit about working online here as well, because this would be possible, wouldn't it? Because
definitely.
then you could say, okay, what do you sense the people in your photograph might be saying or thinking, and are there feeling words around that kind of...
I think this is much more grounding than the first one, because it's much more cognitive.
The cognitive is, the thought processes are coming in out now, as well as the feeling... emotions.
So I'm not so much her as I'm my adult looking at her and understanding what was going on.
It was really helpful. Thank you, Hazel. This is the third picture that Hazel has for us. What are we doing this time, Hazel?
Okay, this time we are going on an adventure with younger me. So here I am, probably about 4 or 5, I think, maybe that sort of age. And this is about stepping into the photograph and writing a story with your inner child. Well, what happens next?
Wow, so you are going to take her on an adventure? Or she's going to go on
I think she's going to go. I think she might
take
me on an adventure.
She might take, much better, much better.
Yes.
Right, so as the counsellor, you would just offer this. I wonder what she wants to do, that sort of thing.
I would encourage the client to close their eyes and to step into the photograph.
Would you do that for us as to what happened when you worked that way?
Give it a try. Okay, so I'm just going to close my eyes, get in touch with how she's feeling.
Could I, just before you go too far, could I make a suggestion that maybe you say, get in touch with how I'm feeling?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'm really excited. There's an amazing castle here, and I really want to go and explore it. I can just sense a little bit of anxiety about whether I'm going to be allowed to go on my own. But I really want to go on my own. I really want to explore it. Without my sisters. It's almost like, in fact, I feel like I'm asking my permission for myself as an adult. Will you come with me? Okay, we're gonna go. So I'm feeling a little nervous, anxious, but really excited as well. And we're gonna go and find some steps that lead us up into the castle. And I'm really excited about going on my own and doing this kind of being adventurous, being the ability to experience something new and exciting.
Thank you, Hazel. What was that like to do?
It was interesting. I think the interesting thing was that sense of, is it okay?
Did I get it right? You were asking permission of adult Hazel?
Yes. It was almost like I felt like, don't ask Mum because she won't let me go. Or the others might want to come with me.
Isn't that fascinating? Is it? I'm wondering if she's sort of, now she's got a nurturing parent in you, or a more adventurous parent in you.
That actually she would rather ask my permission than ask Mum's. And I think there is something about not wanting my older sisters to come because they might take over and be bossy. They're older, but not wanting my little sister to come either, because that means I've got to look after her.
Got to look after her.
Yeah, so I want to be on my own. I want to do it on my own.
And obviously, if we had longer, I'm sure she would have a lot more to explore and enjoy.
Yeah.
But
I really recognise this kind of venturous kind of leader, if you like, wanting to be out front leading, doing something new and exciting.
Yeah.
I recognise this aspect of me, and I know that when I don't have that in my life, it's sad. I need to recapture that.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Do you think clients would find this? You've obviously worked with it with clients. Do they tend to find it easy or difficult? Do you need to be able to imagine?
Yeah, you do need a little bit of imagination, but also what I love about this particular intervention is that you're not asking them to go back into a difficult thing. Sometimes counselling is all about the trauma, all about the pain, and this is about exploring and finding their resourceful selves, their positive selves, and what can they do. And
I know sometimes when I've worked with a client in this kind of way, another intervention is, quite a fun one. Okay, little Hazel, if you had a superpower, what would it be? What would you be able to fly, or would you be able to be invisible, or what do you think your child self would choose?
I think. I think she would love just to be able to climb.
To climb?
Yeah, I think that sense of almost like a spider, a Spider-Man thing, being able to climb up the sides of the walls, you know, that kind of thing. She's pretty determined, and quite fearless, actually.
We're kind of also in the area where some people will see if their client can write a fairy story, which they are in part of. So there's something magical about this world of imagination, that you're not just restricted to what you could do as a 5-year-old, but you can have a real adventure. It can be quite powerfully healing.
And capturing that resourcefulness inside us.
Yes.
And saying, actually, this is what I need to be doing in my life.
And this then, I think I heard you say that as I've got older, I recognise I need this place of leadership in my life. I need to be able to do something extraordinary. And if it's not there...
And permission somehow. That permission is quite an interesting thought. But that I can give it to myself, but also to seek out people that will inspire me, will mentor me, will encourage me to do things.
Will help you climb mountains and walls and castle walls, and that's lovely, Hazel. Thank you. Hazel, I can see that's a picture of quite a young you.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with this picture this time?
Okay, so this time I'm going to try and have a conversation with her. A little bit of a dialogue, just to see what it is that she wants to tell me, what she wants to say to me.
Okay.
And so I'm going to start with a very simple, hello Hazel.
It's interesting that sometimes when you put the word hello in having a dialogue with your child self, that it's a different name that you had when you were little. And that can be, sometimes I will say to the client, just write hello and see what name comes to you, because that can be quite emotional, or just bring back a connection with the child self as what you would call a pet name or something like that. It's just a thought.
So I'm just asking her if there is something that she would like to say. And I'm going to use my left hand to reply.
So Hazel's going to do left and right hand dialoguing with the child self. When you engage with your non-dominant hand to find the words the child is saying, the clumsiness of forming the letters can actually connect you quite powerfully with the child self. And the idea is to just go with what comes. Don't try and censor it or work it out. So Hazel's doing this live now for us. So oh wow. And we'll see that the writing is like a child's writing. I'm going to let you go with it now, Hazel.
I don't know. Will you listen?
Does that surprise you?
Not completely, but yeah, there's a sense that she's not sure I'm going to hear her, listen to her. So I'm just going to say that. I'm not sure I will listen to you. She's saying, do you have time? So I think there's a sense that she needs me to give her undivided time, and she gets a sense that actually this is going to be rushed.
You're going to fit her in.
I'm going to fit her in. I'm not really going to listen. I don't really have time for her. Yeah, do I have time? And I feel sad about that. So I'm feeling I'm sad that you feel there isn't time for you. Yeah. Yeah, and actually it's interesting because in this moment in time we're doing this as a recording, and I can't honestly say to her right now that I do have time to listen to her, because we're busy. We're busy. We're not really doing this, are we? It's different. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it?
A mixture of a demonstration and the real feelings that come up even in doing this.
It's a demo, but it's real. It's real for her, and she's like, I almost feel like she's saying, "You're using me as a demo.
You're only doing this because Pauline asked you to."
You're only doing it to show other people. You're not really interested in what I think, and I'm gonna I'll make time for you.
Oh,
I think I'll make time. So we'll do this again when.
So that's a promise that's been witnessed by many people, Hazel.
I promise that I'll make some time to really listen to her, because, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's interesting, even when we do these demonstrations, the feelings will come up. The child self longs to be heard, longs to speak with us, and there's something about "make time for me" which is very poignant, very powerful, and we often go so fast in life that we don't make time to engage with a child who is full of adventures as well. She wants to have fun and do special things with you, the adult. So a massive thank you to Hazel. Really, really grateful for what you've shared with us today, and I hope you found it interesting.